Hi there, welcome to the video. Welcome back to the Christine Passey Parker missing person case. Today I have an update to share with you, a new sighting as of this week regarding Christine Passey Parker, where she has supposedly been seen and spotted by the general public. I'm going to be presenting to you an article today, analysing if necessary, then applying it on Google Earth with a map analysis to measure the distance from locations to locations and from places we've previously heard of. Okay, so welcome to anyone who is currently in the live premiere. Be sure to share your thoughts, opinions and reactions in the live chat box on the right hand side of the screen. As of my previous coverage on the Christine Passey Parker case, there will be a playlist down below in the pinned comment section alongside some additional links if you wish to visit them. Okay, so check down below and make sure to catch up on all of the Christine Passey Parker missing person videos which I've documented in recent time, because this is a recent case. Okay, so you can share your thoughts and reactions in the comment section too down below after watching this video. Be sure to stick around to understand the full picture. Regarding the Dylan Rounds case, I'm not quite sure if I'll be uploading a Dylan Rounds video as of tonight because of this breaking news to cover. I guess we'll just see how long this video goes, but if the Dylan Rounds video doesn't come about, that will be done tomorrow, okay? Regarding previous videos on the Christine Parker case, I did look back at comments and there wasn't really much to cover there. Not many people commented, so there's no need to look back at that. So I think what we're just going to do is just provide a little backstory at least regarding my previous video and coverage of what was the last known thing we heard of regarding Christine Passey Parker. And that was to do with an ongoing investigation search in Las Vegas, Nevada, Las Vegas in general, the city of Las Vegas. And was it family members, friends of friends going down there, and I guess you had a few locals looking about, or is it 28th Bonanza Street or something near to a library, going around to the Salvation Army, the homeless places, the community of homelessness, and asking about, trying to figure out, have they seen Christine Parker? And you might think, well, why there? Why those places? Because that's where initial sightings were spotted previously. One at, was it Raphael Riviera Park or something? And then a bit further north, a few streets ahead north, was near to that library, the 28th Bonanza Street. So there's a little bit of consistency there regarding multiple, or a couple of different sightings by people of Christine Parker. So the more sightings you get in a certain area, higher chances that they are actually there, possibly. But as for the video update, it was confirmed that after searching and people looking about and trying to get answers, the homeless people did not say anything about seeing Christine, that they didn't see her. But, the family members' friends did say, keep a lookout, keep an eye out for her, just in case she's still in Las Vegas, right? Whether it be the homeless people maybe protecting and covering for Christine, or they genuinely don't know, there's still that small possibility that Christine could be in Las Vegas. Well, that's what we thought until now, because recently, within the last week, a different location, a different place regarding a new sighting of Christine Passey Parker. So, without further ado, let's get into the latest article, read through it and try and make sense of it. Here we are. This is the article. The title reads, Missing Idaho Woman Seen in Elko, Nevada. That's interesting, that. We've got a photo there of missing endangered. Reason why Christine Passey Parker is endangered, considered that, and considered vulnerable too, because she's not been taking her medication. That with an impact to the head injury from the past, she needed medication to cope, and that if she didn't take it, she would experience side effects. She would paranoia, confusion, maybe impact with memory as well. So the situation Christine Passey Parker is currently in, and was in to begin with when going missing, was partially because of her not taking her medication. hence why she ended up supposedly in Battle Mountain, Nevada, confused, not knowing why she was there. So before being officially reported missing, it looks as though she was off her medication. And it was worded, I believe, in the past that in the past she has been off her medication, but this time round it's been the longest and possibly the worst, because it's that uncertainty, the unknown of how she will react and how she will be after this length of time without medication. Now, my question is towards friends, family members of Christine Passey Parker. Is there a possibility, just being realistic, that after a long time of not being under the medication, does it cause any long-term damage or not? Just a little questionnaire if you wish to answer down below, okay? As said as well, anybody watching right now or those watching in the background, be sure to like and share this video to get out there as much as possible to spread awareness of this missing person, okay? And as well, more importantly, to spread awareness of this video for the latest updates regarding the latest and newest sighting of Christine, just so as many people out there are aware and know what's what, okay? So, this is the missing person poster, if you haven't already seen it. You've got a few photos of Christine there on the left and in the middle. Then on the right is like her dogs, okay? Border collies, black and white, half and half in terms of their face colour. So supposedly the dogs have gone with her wherever she has gone. But there have been some reported sightings here and there of people seeing her without the dogs. So it does make you think, have the dogs parted ways with Christine at any point? I wonder. Let me know your thoughts down below. If there's any updates regarding dogs, feel free to fill in the blanks too. That is welcome. There's her name, originally from Montpelier, Idaho. Okay, the Montpelier case number. Originally, last seen Sunday, August the 6th, around 4:30 p.m. in Battle Mountain, Nevada. Identifying marks on her: small dolphin tattoo on small of back, small pox scar on shoulder. She has a 2011 charcoal grey Toyota Tacoma with Idaho license plate, and there's the number. I will add in some details shortly. 55 years of age, weighs 150 pounds, 5'6". Bear Lake County Sheriff's Office, and there's a phone number. Montpelier Police Department, there's a phone number. Or the Lander County Sheriff's Office, there's a phone number. It says anyone who has information on the whereabouts of Christine Passey Parker, who was spotted in Elko earlier this week, is asked to contact Lander County and Montpelier, Idaho authorities. So I'm just going to add in the details here before we go on any further. It might mention it later on, but there's no harm in mentioning it here, right? So where it says about her 2011 charcoal grey Toyota Tacoma, right? Her vehicle was found around 15th of August, some days on, by a hunter who was out there in the open hunting and then came across the car, which was then confirmed to be Christine's, though Christine was not seen present, nor her dogs, okay? And that was the 15th of August. The location was at Eugene Mountain, Nevada. Supposedly, her vehicle got stuck, could not move anymore, so she got out, and I guess with her dogs, and then walked elsewhere. And I think people were wording it as that her car got stuck not in Eugene Mountains, but near to it, somehow. As for her personal possessions, her card, her phone, and some other bits and bobs were left near to her car, supposedly on the floor. Did she drop them by accident or on purpose? I'm not quite sure. But valuables, possessions left behind, which obviously makes it harder to communicate with Christine because her phone's not in her possession. And the family did say that she does find it hard to remember certain stuff, like phone numbers. So if Christine Parker was ever in a situation where she used somebody else's phone or a telephone box, whatever you call it in the US, you don't remember a number, then what can she do, right? But this is the thing. Another question, okay? A question to the family and friends out there. Has Christine Parker ever gone missing in the past? Whether it be for just one day or for a couple of hours in a day, has she ever gone missing and has been a little worry? And how was it resolved in the end? Did she come back? Did people find her? Did she reach out? Let me know down below. That question aside, my other question in general would be, is there any point where Christine Passey Parker could suddenly snap out of it? You know, she's paranoid and suddenly think, oh, where am I? What am I doing? And instead of panicking, has she or could she reach out to police out there? I wonder. See, this is the thing. How many, and I don't know, but anyone in the chat, let me know your thoughts. How many missing people out there go missing and then somehow manage to contact police to reach out for help? How many times does that happen? I guess it comes down to the fact of how the person went missing in the first place. Was it a kidnapping? Did they go missing and then get hurt? Did they go missing and there was a fatal incident? Did they go missing and they're not in the right frame of mind? See, there's certain factors, limitations behind it. If you're kidnapped and go missing, whether you're locked up somewhere or being controlled by somebody, you're probably not going to be able to reach out for help. You know, especially if you're of sound mind. You're okay, you're functioning, but how long for? You can't reach out for help probably because somebody is controlling you and have captured you. You're restricted there. If you go missing and get injured, let's say on a hike, you might be incapacitated. You might not be able to move or reach or do anything. So there's a limitation there. If you go missing and it's fatal, an injury, some accident, then there's no chance. If you go missing and you're not of sound mind, you're not quite thinking quite clear, then it makes it very difficult because the person at that point can't get help and at that moment doesn't want to get help because they physically or mentally can't do that because they're just not thinking straight at that moment in time. Does that apply to Christine Passey Parker? Kind of. But the family and friends did identify that she does want to be found, you know. And I understand that because there'll be other cases out there, unrelated ones, where someone has supposedly gone missing. Family members, maybe friends, have reported a person going missing. But that missing person left because they wanted to and they didn't tell anybody else for whatever reason, right? And because that person doesn't want to be found, then maybe the help is limited and the resources too. With Christine Passey Parker, initially where it mentions around 4:30 p.m. Battle Mountain, Nevada, August 6th, on that day, whether it be at that time or a bit earlier on, checking into that motel, one of them, being declined because of the card not working for some reason, insufficient funds, or maybe typing in the PIN code incorrectly, whichever. Christine made a call to her husband before checking in at the motel, asking for the husband to come on down and help her, to not rescue her, but pick her up because she was confused and kind of worried as to why she ended up in that place due to not taking medication. So before, leaving the area, she wanted help. She wanted someone to pick her up. But then past that point onwards, maybe she panicked and then left and not been retrieved since or found properly, brought home. Does she still want to be found? Most likely. But is she going to mentally think that at that point later? Maybe not, due to not taking the medication. My only other question would be, if you're looking at the 6th of August. Before the 6th of August, how long did Christine spend not taking medication? Was it for a couple of days or longer leading up to the 6th of August? If you know, feel free to explain it down below. Just wanted to add those details in. Scroll down here. It says anyone who has information on the whereabouts of Christine Passey Parker, who was spotted in Elko, Nevada earlier this week, is asked to contact Lander County or Montpelier, Idaho authorities. Elko, an Idaho woman reported missing or endangered, was spotted in Elko this week. In quotes, there was a tip that the gal was here in Elko and we want more people know about it, said Brittany Mitchell, a local citizen. Okay. Christine Passey Parker, 55 years of age, of Montpelier, Idaho, was last seen August 6th around, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, so it was just basically relaying what was mentioned on that poster. Okay, fair enough. Right, so the tip came from Brittany Mitchell from Elko. Did Brittany take a photo? I wonder. As for the Facebook page of Christine Passey Parker, there has not been any updates regarding this. So I don't know what's going on there, but I'm covering it because it's been mentioned officially on a news article online. So as said, anybody watching right now or in the background, feel free to like and share this video to spread as much awareness about the latest news and sightings. Okay, that'd be appreciated. So, did Brittany Mitchell try reaching out to Christine Passey Parker? Try speaking to her or anything? Is it 100% confirmed, this tip? Were any photos taken? High probability or not? A lookalike or the real person, I wonder? Up to now at least, everybody that has supposedly seen Christine Passey Parker in different areas, none of them have taken photos. The odd person may have tried reaching out to Christine, asking if she wanted help, but didn't go any further past that point because it didn't work out or it wasn't possible. So, is there any way people can prepare for the future or awareness for the next possible sighting, right? She was in Las Vegas, now suddenly Elko. Is she on the move constantly? I wonder. Where will she go next? Is she staying in Elko? Has she moved on ever since? I wonder. Said this week, being sighted. What about next week or the week after? Is she going to move about constantly? What's she doing for food, water, accommodation? I wonder. All unknown questions. Anyway, maybe we can fill a few questions in by looking at the area visually on the maps to roughly take a look at what the area looks like regarding where Christine has recently been sighted at. So here is the maps. As you can tell, these other markers are previous sightings. Are any of them 100% for definite? Not exactly. If there was ever a sighting where an actual photo was taken and confirmed to be Christine Passey Parker, then you could say it's for definite, right? As you can tell already, there are several markers in different areas, some in different states. Does that make you think, is it really true that she's moving around that much? I mean, are the majority in Nevada? Well, yeah, about 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 in Las Vegas, 2 to 3 there, and then the other 3 over here, that one being on the border of Lake Tahoe. So technically, majority of the sightings of Christine Passey Parker have been within Nevada. Is there a level of consistency there? Yeah. Although Nevada and the land can be very vast and far, right, and a lot of mileage in between from place to place, at the end of the day, it seems as if, even though she has supposedly been on the move, basing it off all these sightings being somewhat genuine, let's say, that she has been around quite a bit. But why is she on the move? Why is she going from location to location? Is it because of her mind? Implanted impulsive thoughts or not thinking things through, not settling down, just constantly on the move because she's constantly panicking and confused? You know, at what point is she going to break out and go into a different state or return back to Idaho? Is that a possibility? You get what I'm saying? I mean, as said, we focused on Las Vegas previously. At least 2 to 3 sightings here. More focused in this rectangular box. Well, not box, rectangle. The 2 streets mentioned, Raphael Riviere Park and 28th Street Bonanza, near to the library. But if we're talking about the latest sighting, though, Elko, Nevada. Where is Elko, Nevada on here? I mean, can I find it immediately? We got Reno over there. We got Boise there. And we've got Elko here. Elko, Nevada. Do we have any other Elkos? Let me just double check. Elko, Nevada. Is it the same one? Yep. It's the same one I'm referring to. As you can see here. Like highlights it. We're going to do a street view of the area or just look at some general photos just to get an idea of what it looks like visually, to see what type of buildings are present. Is there a homeless community within the area? Is there any danger or rough people present, etc.? We have looked at Elko, Nevada to do with the Dylan Rounds case previously. Okay. Right. Just making sure the rest of the markers are present. What I want you to focus on, at least, and we can refer back to it afterwards. You see this yellow line, which is a highway. It says 80 Highway. Okay. You follow it, it goes to Elko, which is here. Okay. In the distance, if we rotate looking more east, I think it is, we've got Wendover. And then onwards, across that lake, you go into Salt Lake City. If you're looking north, you've got Lucin, Utah, and Montello, Nevada, which are close together on the border and are both linked to the Dylan Rounds case. So as for Christine Passey Parker, she isn't that far from the Dylan Rounds missing person case, okay? Just for context there. Let's just make sure we're facing north. And as for that yellow road, what I pointed out to, as it goes on to West Wendover, the other way, looking somewhat west, past Elko, you got Boise here, highlighted in this kind of like square box. Oh no, pardon me, apologies about that, scrap that. You got Battle Mountain. Okay. That is actually very interesting, that. It's all on the same highway. I believe it's the Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway, if it's called that all the way. Where was the other sighting? La Grande sighting, which was in question in the past, which is in Oregon. And then the other sighting was Boise, Idaho. So what I mentioned earlier, or at the start of this video, apologies, I didn't mean that. I meant that this was Battle Mountain, Nevada, the initial starting point just before she went missing, okay? And then going along the highway, highlighted in red in that direction, and then the car being found down here at Eugene Mountains. And then her getting out of the vehicle because she wasn't seen present, and supposedly hitchhiking, likely to then end up either in the likes of down here, Tahoe City, Tahoe Lake, Zypher Cove, where she was supposedly spotted, not 100% confirmed, and then others being Las Vegas, Nevada, down here. A fair bit of distance between them, of course, but if she's constantly hitchhiking, it could explain why she gets from all over the place. But I think the most interesting thing is, those other sightings earlier on in the case have been further afar, and yet as of this week, that latest sighting that she's ended up at Elko, Nevada here, that like little town, which is on the same highway as if you used to go to Battle Mountain. Battle Mountain being the start point of when she started going missing, but she went in that direction, west. But the recent sighting, she's returned back roughly within the area of where she first went missing, and that being Elko. So is she starting to remember or retrace her own steps? Make sure, for those who are watching, to make a mental note of this, because if all the other sightings, or let's say some of them, are genuine and true, it would mean she's kind of returned near-ish to the scene of the missing person case. Do you like how they used the line, this person returned to the scene of the crime? Well, it's not quite a crime. It's not a crime here, but it's a case returning back to where she first started off, in a sense, or nearby. Do people understand that? I just find it interesting. If she's at Elko, or was, where's she going to go next? Is there a small chance or possibility she will return back to Battle Mountain, Nevada? Because she's familiar with the area, and that's where she first appeared at and was confused. Is she retracing her own steps or not? Because if there's a bit of a pattern here, I don't know, people need to try and get on top of it and try and follow the next step to get ahead of her. I wonder. Anyway, we can measure the distance of Elko now, at least from Battle Mountain, Nevada, okay? It's just a rough one, so just take that in mind. Oh, come on. I'm just roughly following it along the road. It's about 67, 70 miles from Battle Mountain to Elko. Not that far at all, okay? But what about Las Vegas? If Las Vegas was the last known sighting of Christine Passey Parker, where do the highways go, out of interest? Well, personally, it depends if she was hitchhiking. Like, would she have gone the way she came in the first place, or would she have gone this way? Crossing on over into, is this Utah? To then go through Salt Lake City, to then cross on over to come down here, going through Wendover, West Wendover, then going into Nevada, which we're at now, and then coming down to Elko, which is a total of 600 and about 15 miles in total. And we zoom on out, can you see that yellow line? From down here at Las Vegas, going down that highway, what's it called, the highway? Does it give a name? Las Vegas Freeway or something? Yeah, so leaving Las Vegas, heading, what's that, northeast, going through St. George, Cedar City, Beaver, in Utah, going into Salt Lake City, and then going west, going across the Salt Lake or Salt Flats, passing through West Wendover and Wendover, crossing from Utah to the Nevada border, and then going past Wells, and then reaching Elko. If that's the direction she ended up going in, provided this is all correct or somewhat genuine, she's actually heading in the right direction. If she carried on in terms of that way, the highway going west, she'd end up going back into Battle Mountain. Is there any small chance that she's retracing her own steps? Possibly. Is there a small chance that she could end up eventually going back to Eugene Mountain to try and find her car, to find her valuables and possessions, because she's suddenly realised, oh, I left them behind, I must go back? Is there a possibility that she might get there and realise her vehicle is no longer present, nor are her possessions, because obviously the police have been there and taken them earlier on? Is there a chance that Christine Passey Parker may then suddenly panic and wonder where those items have gone, where her phone has gone? She panics, she gets confused again. She might then wander into the mountains to look further and deeper. She may end up tripping, falling, and getting seriously injured. I'm thinking far too ahead, but I'm trying to pick up on the patterns and what could happen next based on the direction, where she was originally last seen and where she has recently been seen. And in terms of the possible route taken, it's as if she's going in the direction back to where she first started at, Battle Mountain, and then maybe onto Eugene Mountain. If at any point she tries finding what she initially lost, she's not going to find it because the police have taken it away, of course, because it's to do with the case. Will that set her off? Will that push her back? Will it cause to her getting injured because she ends up searching Eugene Mountains to try and find her possessions? Is there any way of preventing that from happening if action is taken right now? Whilst Elko should be searched, of course, what about someone being present or vigilant in Battle Mountain, Nevada right now, just in case she returns back? You know, maybe I'm thinking too far ahead, but what I've just said there, based off the patterns of her whereabouts and where she has been seen, and to get to Elko, if you're in Las Vegas and you want to get to Elko, unless there's like secret or dirt roads off-roading, but if you're going on the highway, you have to go this way. Quite some distance, right? So, possibility, okay? People watching, feel free to spread that prediction and theory, okay? The possibilities. Now, what if she didn't do that? What if she went a different way? Well, she went a different way. Which way would it be? Take in mind, I'm not an expert when it comes to all these locations, but I like how we're referring to, what, Lake Tahoe? Do you have to go up this way? Well, it's a possibility. And you can be going for California then. Crossing over back into Nevada, and you get to Reno, and then you need to that previous sighting. Because when you look at this Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway, which goes all the way up that way, give me a second. This is the Dwight D. Eisenhower Highway. Follow it all the way down. Okay. Keeps going in this direction. Lovelock. Down here. Down here. Does it go left? No, it keeps going down this way. In the same direction down to California. Through here. Slalom. Patrick. Lockwood. Is this Reno? No, it's not. Oh yeah, it's Reno. And then I think I've cut across the mountain. My mistake. Comes down here, California, in and out, shake it all about. And then down here, past Lake Tahoe, keep on going, Sacramento. And then eventually you'll be reaching Las Vegas up this way. Keep going. I don't know why I've gone over a bloody mountain. What's going on there? Huh, I wonder why it's done that. Oh yeah, there is a highway there. Yeah, that light coloured one. Mojave. Follow it down, and then eventually you're in Las Vegas. Did I go past it? Yeah, and then eventually you're in Las Vegas. And that's what we've covered all the way over there. So there's a long stretch, unless there are dirt roads which go off. But the way people worded it previously was, if you're going to go to Las Vegas, you got to keep on going all the way down there, and then you got to go into a different state and then come back out of another state to get back to Las Vegas. So the highway is a very long one, and there's no like alternatives in between to branch off from, at least from what I know of. Okay. So to return back that yellow line. I said it's just a rough one. So from Las Vegas, instead of going northeast, if she ended up going back the way she came originally, and it was northwest, more so west, and then northwest going in and out, up to Mill City. From Las Vegas to Mill City, 792 miles, which is considerably longer. And to Battle Mountain, in total, 870 miles. And with the recent site in Elko, it's 932 miles, just under 1,000 miles. So obviously, one way is quicker than the other. Going up to Salt Lake City and then crossing back through to Utah into Nevada is less distance and can be done quicker. If she went the other way, the way she may have originally came in the first place, that's a total of 932 miles, which would take longer. And if she did go that way, she'd be passing through Eugene Mountains first, and then Battle Mountain second, and then Elko next, which is to take into mind, okay? So, very interesting there. Can we look at photos of Elko if possible? Yes, we can. So this is just to get an idea of what the place looks like on ground level. We can do street view as well. So it'll be within the area itself and then surroundings, whatever photos people have uploaded. It looks quite peaceful there and colourful too. I mean, it's a bit unfortunate and coincidental. You've got a woman over there with 2 dogs. Wait, hold on. Don't wait. This photo was taken in 2012. The reason why I had to check the date first was because I saw a female over there with 2 border collies. That is a very creepy... Well, I say border collies. There might be another type of dog, but they definitely look like dogs, and they are black and maybe a bit white. That is such a creepy coincidence, that, though. We're talking about Christine Passey Parker. Kind of has... a little bit whitish hair, kind of white hair, and has 2 dogs. And then look at this, a woman there with 2 dogs. But it's 2012, this, okay? It is in Elko, and that's her latest sighting, but it doesn't match up to the date. If this date said 2023, then I would be saying, hello, this is important, okay? Creepy coincidence indeed. Moving on. Surrounding area, so you have the mountains once again, rocky terrain, can be a bit dangerous, of course. Would she be hiking in the area? Maybe not. Friends and family members did give an update in the past to one of my questions, saying that she did go hiking in the past. But she did read books or something, so that kind of linked to Las Vegas, the library sighting. That's what I mean. You just look back at Christine Passey Parker and the activities she has participated in life, and maybe apply it to the area where she's been sighted at. And this area seems to be known for hiking and exploring. Just examples. We've got a cabin there with smashed windows. Looks like it's got caging on the inside. Like Western. Original, I guess, with a wagon outside. Okay. What was it taken? 2021, bit more modern. Chamber of Commerce Visitor Center. Need a DJ? What? You just entered this place. You need a DJ to play some music? Okay, kind of random. This is the thing. You know what? To be fair, just only remembered it now because of Weezer's comment from last night. Weezer said that whether it be Montello or more so to the border of Utah, that in the mountains that there was currently snow in recent time. It may have gone away since, but with the sign of snow approaching, wintertime coming up, and Christine Passey Parker, possibly in Nevada somewhere, out there missing, it's going to get critical now because of the temperatures getting colder with time. Whilst the likes of the Dylan Rounds case will probably be eventually called off the searches because of winter time, will that impact Christine Passey Parker in some way or another? That's what I mean. That's why as much action needs to be taken as soon as possible before the weather does get worse. So for anybody watching in the background right now, feel free to spread the message about Christine Passey Parker and maybe even this video too. Anything else? Neighbourhood, from the looks of it, another wagon over there. 2021, same person. Some sheds in the distance for sale. Okay. Is that a water tower? Chilton Sentinel Tower. Is this more of a monument structure? 1917 to 2017. Was this taken in 2017? No, 2020. train behind, which is like on tracks but not in use. I guess it's the history of the area to honour, acknowledge it, I guess. Okay. That's what it looks like more at night time, lit up. What is the crime rate in Elko, Nevada, out of interest? Then we've got more of the outdoor part here, the nature aspect, the mountains and distance significantly steep. Yeah, that's pretty rough, that. Very steep, very rocky in the distance. And as well, you got to take this into mind. Whereas you do have winter time approaching, it's not going to be cold all the time. You'll still get moments where it's warm or warmer, warmish. So if for whatever reason she was hiking or in areas where it was high altitude then dropping down into low altitude, you may get cold traps, like in Nevada in general, out there in the mountainous areas, the deserts. Cold traps can be dangerous. Sudden temperature drops within the body and in the atmosphere, the body can sometimes not react well to it or adapt quick enough, so it can put a strain and can be fatal at times. Got an old stone building here. Is this some kind of tourist visitor centre of some sort? Oh, American Station Visitor Centre. Okay, there we go. So it's about the history of the area in general. There's railroad community in some way. You got a church there, whether it's in use or not. Grass has been cut. Once again, the mountains looming over in the distance, standing out. More cabins as well. This is showing off the history of the place from the looks of it. Elko, Nevada, with a heart on. 2020. Right, not exactly modern. Got some stream, river, or wash, probably more of a river of some sort. That winding road, that road is quite narrow there. Some more wagons, off-roading, ATVs, quad bikes. Looks like that guy's about to tip over slightly. Ooh. 2012, once again, this is the same photo taken by the person that took the photo of that woman with the 2 dogs near that lake. I just checked them. So in the mountains, off-roading. There's a train from a different angle. Western Pacific, 437 behind that tower. The US flag nearby. Quite a big sized one, isn't it? Once again, nature. How many more photos we got? A couple more, 2018. This is coffee shop and dining, casino. If there's any friends or family members present, has Christine Passey Parker ever gambled in the past, gone to casinos? Is she into that type of stuff? I know it's unlikely to happen here because she doesn't have access to a card because she left it behind at Eugene Mountains, but has she been known to ever participate in activities like this out of interest? Just because there's a casino here in Elko. More distance. There's actually a train down there, I think. Cargo 1 passing on through. Train tracks down there. Close up with the tower, and that's it. So, just to focus in more so on the highway itself, I guess, because that's obviously the route you'd take to get to the place, likely. Oh, went on the wrong one, didn't I? You got the neighbourhood here. I want to be on the highway on the other side. Give me a second. Oh, maybe I was on it. Can we get nearer? What about somewhere in the middle? Wow, there's a lot of crossovers, isn't there? Is there a bridge? Good, so we're on top. So I don't know when this was taken, but look at all that snow in the distance. All the mountains around. It's pretty rough, right? Surrounded by it. Does it look like that right now? Not quite sure, but it will do eventually. So wherever there is snow and wherever it's cold, it could impact Christine Passey Parker in some way. I know obviously during summertime when it can get very hot, you can get dehydrated. That can be a problem itself, right? Look at that, all that distance ahead. Just wanted to get a bit of a vantage point, you know. You got Wendy's over there, you got McDonald's, you got Burger King, all close together. I'm surprised because I didn't know they would be competing against each other, you know. Is that John Deere over there? Well, it looks like there's a John Deere. Oh my, oh wow. Do you know what, over there, oh bastard. Do you know over there when you see that trailer? Must be a delivery. But that like, not a shopping centre, I don't know what you call it, but where there's multiple shops. There's a Cal Ranch superstore over there, which includes clothing, footwear, pet care, tools, farming equipment. Now, if you wonder why I'm talking about Cal Ranch superstore, it's because that links to the Dylan Rounds case back in Burley, Idaho, where Dylan Rounds on the 24th of May 2022 supposedly went down to Burley, Idaho after his custom farm work to possibly buy some new clothes up there. So it just reminded me of that place down here, which is in Elko, Nevada. Let's get a bit closer. I mean, would you get hitchhiking in an area like this? I don't know. Big Five Sporting Goods. What's the levels of homelessness like within this area? Do you have Salvation Army? Maybe we could type it in. Looks like we've teleported in time because this road's being done up, different season as well. Can we get back into it? I don't think we can. McDonald's, truck stops, probably, gas stations, shower rooms, etc. That's if she called into one to freshen up or something. Use the toilets facilities. Because it's a bit of a random question, but wherever Christine Passey Parker is, whether she's in one spot or constantly on the move, do you think she'll be making use of public toilets? Even though she might not be in quite the right frame of mind, not thinking straight, confused, will she still be going to public toilets and restrooms? Just out of interest. I'm not talking about cameras inside of the toilets, but on the outside, you know, to prove if it's her or not in the area. Available, Ward Bank, Ross. There's quite a few stores within the area, and these like little, not so much shopping centres, but retail parks. Do you call it that? Petco. I mean, look, this is the thing. If she still has her dogs with her, is there any chance she would go to a vet or Petco, any pet care places, for whatever reason? I don't know. Because she does have 2 dogs. Famous footwear, Ross. So that's just a quick little look at the area, what it looks like visually speaking. Yeah, because then the rest is like the neighbourhood down here. Neighbourhood. The church and school. Elko, Nevada. If I call it Salvation Army out of interest. Near Elko. Charity shop in Elko. Thrift store. Salvation Canine Dog Training in Nevada. What do we have here? Charity shop. It's only because, right, so you got canine training, cerebral palsy, that's something completely different now. Ruby Mountain Resource Centre boutique, thrift, like a charity shop, so not quite that. You'd be taking clothes there to donate and to give to other people. Okay, so it's more so charity shops about giving. So the reason why I just had a quick look there was because if Las Vegas had Salvation Army and housing for homeless people, as well as like a soup kitchen, I just wanted to see if Elko County had the same thing, but that doesn't seem to be the case. So why would Christine be in Elko? Maybe because she's not thinking straight. Is there any stores or shops which she could be visiting in between? I don't know. did I measure the distance? Yeah, it was 60 miles or so between Battle Mountain and Elko. So just wanted to share with you on the maps the latest sighting, and in terms of the patterns of how she has almost returned back to where she first went missing. Kind of interesting. With that all in mind, I just want to add on a key additional point based on my opinion. Okay, so be sure to listen, and of course share your thoughts down below whether you agree or not. Based on the conditions that a couple at least of those sightings of Christine Passey Parker, here, there, up here, down there, if most of them are genuine, or at least some of them are, and they're in different areas, is that a positive? Positive and a negative. Let me mention the negative first. The negative is, with her supposedly being on the move all over the place, it's hard to track where she will go next. It's a bit of a guessing game. It's like a game of cat and mouse, but not intentional, right? Hard to track movements, hard to keep up with, maybe hard and a strain on resources and people and time and effort put in. All the posters, all the media coverage of these different locations. Yes, it might put her on the map in general within the area of the state of Nevada and maybe a couple of other states in between, but just that constant tracking, it can be wearing, it can be tiring physically and mentally, thinking of where she'll go next and what to do next, and then also physically being on the go and on the move when one is able to, right? That's a negative. But what the positive is, if she is moving around constantly, the positive thing is it highlights that she's still alive. And of course, that's what you want. You want her to be alive. You want her to be somewhat healthy. Can it be confirmed that she is healthy and except, well, no, but if she's able to move around quite a bit physically, then she is somewhat okay. Maybe not mentally, but physically somewhat okay. How is she looking after herself? I don't know there. If she doesn't have access to a bank account, cards, phone, I'm not quite sure. But we've constantly been on the move. Is there any reason that she knows what she's doing, or she is constantly on the move because of panicking and just being confused as to why am I here? I'll go elsewhere. No, why am I here? I'll go elsewhere after. But even if she is confused, she supposedly just has happened to almost return close to where she originally started off, which was back the 6th of August. So after a month or two on, I don't know, it seems like, are we closing back into where she started or not? But positive thing is, it seems to highlight that she is still alive, and that's the main focus. Obviously, the overall and end outcome is to locate her. How does one do that without her panicking? If Christine Parker, the state she is in and being off medication, how will she react to seeing a familiar face, a family member or friend? Does she panic, or will she be settled by seeing a familiar face? I wonder. As said, if you've got any answers, feel free to comment down below. If you have any questions, that can be put down below as well, and maybe we can get through them in a future discussion video. Regarding Dylan Rounds, I was initially going to do a video tonight, but this popped up and this is just as important, and I have been covering it, and I said if there was ever an update, I would cover it, and that's what I've done today. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, you found it quite interesting. Be sure to like, share and comment. Spread awareness in general to get the message out there, and then we'll see what happens next. If there are any additional updates, anything reinforced or debunked, I will do another video. At least from what I know of for now, the schedule, tomorrow I'll do the Dylan Rounds coverage, okay? So thanks to all who watched. I didn't mention it at the start, but I will do now. Big shout out to Maria. Big shout out to Maria for last night. It was very, very good of her. Very, very good. And as well, shout out to Badger Life as well. Another good individual, great individual, for their presence last night too. So yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you next time. But for now, goodbye and good night.